Pope Francis has a new book out that is making many bestsellers lists. It's not a lengthy theological reflection, rather it is a delightful children's book entitled Dear Pope Francis. Reel to Reel's Peggy Weber visited a local classroom that's using the book and tells us more.
Pope Francis had a special delivery at the Vatican. 259 letters from 26 countries, written in 14 languages.
Buenas tardes.
He worked with Loyola Press and the Jesuit community to answer 30 letters and share his wit and wisdom with children and really everyone in the world. A sense of love and compassion comes shining through in Dear Pope Francis. The Pope answers letters from children around the world. The book was used in the classroom of Sister Jean Branshaw at Blessed Sacrament School in Holyoke.
I just said that these were letters from Pope Francis, and I picked a few of, we started small, I picked a few of them, and I read them the question and passed the book around so that they could see the picture of the child or the children that asked the question. They were quite intrigued that they were written in the language of the child.
The letters were a big hit with the fifth graders, including Autumn Starkoff.
I liked how children can actually be more involved with the Pope because they don't get to see them. It's a rare chance that they get to.
She and other members of Sister Jean's class also wrote their own letters to the Pope.
I wrote, if you met Jesus, what would you say?
She said she did not know what the Pope's answer would be, but she knew what she would say to God.
I would ask him if he could do any more miracles to help kids who are suffering.
Radhi Lewis said he heard the Pope snuck out to help the homeless, so he asked the Pope about it. It is of special interest to this young boy.
Well, me and my mom are doing like a sock drive together, and whenever we see a homeless person, we give them a pair of socks, because that's what they really need, because they need a pair of socks, because when they're outside in the cold, when they take their pair of socks off and they get a fresh pair of new ones, it feels good to them.
Gavin Sullivan is also a fan of the book.
I like that people could ask the Pope whatever they wanted and they got to learn more about him.
Here at Blessed Sacrament School, reading the letters to Pope Francis is not just an academic exercise. These kids are really trying to learn their faith. In fact, they have the opportunity every day to come here and pray in the God Zone.
And prayer is just one aspect of the daily life of these students. Blessed Sacrament students have also been performing the works of mercy all year. Audrey Mason likes that.
Each month we have something to do with the corporal works of mercy, and so we did a clothes drive, we did a food drive, we've done like board games about the works of mercy, and we've done like many projects with like helping people.
Audrey said she would ask Pope Francis how she could get people to love God more. She says she also wants people to love God like she does.
He's so kind and always been there for me whenever I have problems. And he's always tried to help everyone, even if we don't love him as much as we should.
The wisdom and faith of children are apparent in Dear Pope Francis and among these wonderful fifth graders. There is a lot to learn from this book and from listening to the young people at Blessed Sacrament as well. For Reel to Reel, I'm Peggy Weber.
And Peggy says that although Dear Pope Francis is a book for children, it's also a book for all ages. The advice from the Pope will educate and inspire everyone. And Dear Pope Francis is available at loyolapress.com or amazon.com.